The brutal weather overnight as more destructive storms tore through the heartland a day after dozens of tornadoes were already reported. ABC's Melissa Adon is in Sulphur, Oklahoma with the latest. Melissa, good morning to you.
Will, it was an incredibly chaotic evening into the morning. We saw so many of these storms with thunderstorms, lightning, heavy rain all throughout the night and into the morning. Here in southern Oklahoma, the community of Holdenville, there the National Weather Service is reporting one fatality of a person who did not make it due to the severity of these storms. Right now we're in the community of Sulphur, this town here experiencing extensive debris. We have some reports of injury. Of course, this morning as the community here in Sulphur is now looking at what's next.
Oh, powerful tornado right here, right in front of us. Oh my God!
Overnight, a dramatic tornado outbreak across the nation's heartland.
Big tornado on the ground in Sulphur.
There is a large confirmed tornado.
Downtown Sulphur is destroyed.
The Ardmore High School is on fire.
The small town of Sulphur hit hard. Reports of injuries, businesses destroyed, power and phone lines down. These images showing the extent of the devastation. Buildings flattened, debris everywhere. Officials say one person was killed in the nearby town of Holdenville by that same tornado that wrecked parts of Sulphur. As of this morning, communities across the heartland are recovering following severe storms that brought more than 80 powerful tornadoes across 5 states. More than 24 twisters in Nebraska alone as the National Weather Service surveys the damage, finding EF3 and EF2 damage in Douglas County, where officials say there were about a couple dozen injuries, but everyone survived.
For that big of a storm to have the property damage that it was so extensive, but the loss of life, that's a tremendous attribute of the city of Omaha.
In Waverly, Nebraska, Jason Sunday says he just moved into his brand new home a month ago. Much of the neighborhood now destroyed.
We could see it form behind it, and then once it hit that house, it obliterated. You can see there's nothing left on the ground, but it was just sticks. It wasn't a formed home.
In Iowa, at least 10 tornadoes touching down, 4 people injured, and more than 100 structures damaged, according to officials. Residents there now picking up the pieces. Meantime, federal assistance on its way for Nebraska following these historic tornadoes. Families hoping for a break in the severe weather to give them an opportunity to begin the recovery process. And the threat of severe weather continues today. It has been relentless throughout the week, and so many families on alert throughout the heartland. And yet again, they're going to have to experience that moment as so many families are just waiting for that break for when they can recover. Will?
Our thoughts with everyone affected. Melissa, thank you. And we're going to turn now to Samara Theodore. She's here with today's storm forecast. Samara, good morning.
Good morning, Will. So here's a look at the line of storms that just impacted where Melissa is in Sulphur, Oklahoma. It's now driving into the eastern part of the state, headed into Arkansas and Missouri. That's over the last 3 hours. Now, over the last 48 hours, we have seen numerous tornado reports, 118 tornado reports. Now, that doesn't mean that there was 118 tornadoes on the ground, but it does mean that we saw that many reports. Also, tons of hail reports, a litany of wind reports as well, and the threat persists today. Here's what I want you to notice. At 12 o'clock, right around lunchtime, things get quiet. You think everything's okay down in Oklahoma and parts in Arkansas. That sun moves in. That's going to energize the atmosphere, and we're going to see those storms bubble right back up, leading to another threat of severe weather, this time from Little Rock down to Shreveport. That's a look at the forecast, Gio. Over to you.
All right, let's hope everyone stays safe. Thank you, Samara.